Hey, what's up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this segment, we're going to look at some basic kicking techniques for Muay Thai. All right, so in this tutorial, we're going to be covering 3 basic kicks. Number 1, the push kick, and then the right kick, as well as the left kick. Okay, so swing kicks. We call them swing kicks, also known as round kicks. Okay, so the first one is the teep. Basically, it's a foot jab. All right, so we're not trying to injure or push our partner all the way 5 feet into the ropes. Here, I'm feeling a little bit crowded here as we're fighting, and I'm just going to step and push Alex. I'm just teep, right? Just pushing him away, almost like you're just shoving the person away so you can get a little bit more space, so that way there you can get your kicking or punching techniques. Okay, so it's important to raise the knee. Sometimes you'll even see people doing this, always tapping on the lead foot, and this is what I personally like to do sometimes, and then from there, boom, it's very fast. We just like pop the kick out, okay, almost like a jab. So Alex, do a few reps here, just boom, okay, again, boom. And one more thing, always try to return into your basic position. I stress this in every single video I talk about, is always your stance. If you don't have a proper position, every time you're going to throw a technique, you're going to get countered. A lot of times people are going to answer back. And if you're not ready for that, being in a good position, such as the Muay Thai stance, you're not effectively blocking the opponent's techniques. All right? It's important to understand that if my feet are placed like this, there's no way I can block a technique, let alone if someone even attacks me, I'm going to fall backwards or sideways. Okay? So always position yourself. So immediately after your kick, once he kicks, boom, bam, right into the proper position, okay? Now, let's move quickly into the swing kicks, okay? So we have the right low kick right here, boom, okay? And then we can also throw it to the body. So the right body kick, boom. Notice how we want to rotate our hips, okay? So let's break it down. Every time you kick, it's important to not step in front. If I stepped in front of Alex, I'm crowded and I can't kick effectively, okay? So what I want to do, I'm going to step on an angle. Now, once again, just like in the previous videos, I talked about the reference of a clock. So if he's pointing at 12 o'clock, I always want to make sure that if I'm going to be kicking with my right side, my left foot, the opposite leg that I'm going to be kicking with, is always going to step on an angle. So in this case, I might step towards 11 o'clock, all right? So towards 11 o'clock before kicking his leg and returning back to the middle, okay? Alex wants to do the same thing, kicks the leg, boom, and steps on an angle. To the body is the same thing. He steps on an angle and kicks, then returns back at 6 o'clock. Now, if he kicks with his left leg, we call that the inside low kick right here. So he's gonna take a step on the opposite side. So notice there's 4 movements here. Step 1, 2 is the contact, 3, step down, and 4, back to our original position, okay? That stance. Once again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we just go into the kick. Beautiful. Once more. So you got the step, and sometimes if I'm a little bit closer, he's going to skip, and kick. And skip again, skip, and kick. Now, to the body is going to be the same thing. Let's switch. To the body, that's an effective kick, because just like the body shot, when we kick, that's the liver, okay? So here, I'm going to raise up so you guys can see his step first, boom, kick, right to the body, right? This is a powerful kick. So as he steps, boom, he turns his hips. Once again, now, if I'm at 12, he wants to step on an angle. So a while ago, he was stepping around 1 or 2 o'clock, you know, on an angle, 45 degrees. This time, he wants to step on the opposite direction, always opposite direction. Okay, so here, boom, all right? Once again, kick on the side. So if there's a clock in front of Alex, he's stepping towards 1 or 2 o'clock. And if he's stepping on this side, it's going to be towards maybe 10 or 11 o'clock, okay? So now, once we understand these kicks, we can start training that on the Thai pads, and we're going to show you how. Okay, on the Thai pads now, if you want to train the first kick, which is the push kick, you want to make sure you hold properly, okay? So you always want to kick the pads the exact target that you're going to be aiming in reality, right? So on the pad, it's going to be right to the stomach, and the other one just above, all right? So for push kicks, don't hold like this, or I've seen all sorts of ways where a person will hold like this, or even like this, and I've seen all sorts of, the best way for push kicks, one is parallel here, and the other one's just on top, but not parallel on top like this, or like this. You want to curve it and make this type of target, okay? So that way there, you as the pad man will protect yourself, but also protect your fighter, your student, your athlete, okay? So they don't injure themselves as well. It's super important to know how to hold the pads correctly. So from here, I'm always going to give him that resistance where I'm going to lean the pads on my body and get into a correct stance myself. Okay, so now as he pushes, boom, notice how it just rocks my weight back, but no one gets injured. And that's the exact effect. When you kick on the bag, the heavy bag is going to swing. It will sway as such. The punching bag is not going to push your leg. The punching bag is going to sway after you hit it. You want to act just like a punching bag. So when he pushes, boom, and then I come back. All right, so that's the front push kick, boom. Again, boom, and always returning into a good position. Now let's talk about the low kick. If you want to hold the pad for the right low kick, you would hold it to the exact target, just like this. So I want to hold one pad where my leg is. Boom. And always lean your arm against your own leg. Don't put it in front. Okay, always lean it against your leg. Right here. Okay, of course, when we train the low kicks, you're not going 100%. Okay, you're just going about halfway and boom, just for technique. Okay, if we do the inside low kick, same thing here to the target, and he's going to aim inside the leg. All right, always lean onto your own leg. And now I'll switch sides. As the pad man, you want to always protect your groin, so you're going to put the pad just in front, all right, and then you're going to hold it as such. That way there, if he steps too far and the foot hits, you're protected. Okay, so that's an important point that you want to do as the pad holder. Now, we're going to look at kicks to the body. So the right kick, nice and slow, Alex, is going to come a little bit higher. Notice how we raise off with our heel now. Okay, we want to extend and get that hip extension into the kick. Every time you kick in Muay Thai, you're not kicking with your leg, you're kicking with your hips. Think about that. I'll repeat it. So important. Don't kick with your leg as per se. Think about kicking with your hips. So if you extend and drive your hips into the kick, the leg is just the baseball bat or the object driving through with the force. Okay, it's almost just like the motor comes from your waist. Okay, so here we go, nice and slow, boom. Notice how he rotates. The whole body will turn away from the kick, but his vision, his head is always looking at me. Okay, so here, boom. And last but not least, don't hold like this. I see people holding the pads as such. That forces him to lift upwards. I want him to rotate and kick like this. Okay, that's the Muay Thai kick. All right, so now one with power. And that is the right kick to the body. All right, the left kick now to the body. We have two types. Number one is with a step. So I'm a little bit further away. He wants to take that step we talked about and kick into the pad. All right, so again, boom, and rotate your hips. So this one, you want to create a nice angle so that way there, because it's your lead leg, you have the proper connection when you rotate your hips. If not, you're going to step in front and you're going to feel crowded and only your quadricep is going to hit into the pad or into the opponent. So you want your shin bone to land, right? So here, boom, okay? And sometimes if he is feeling a little bit tight, what he's going to be using is the skip step from here. Okay, once again, and that is your left kick. Now when we train the kicks, we can make combos. Like in the previous video, I showed you guys a few combinations with your punches. There's a few combinations you can do with your legs only, okay? So we're gonna try to keep the video shorter, so many combinations. Let's do one where we're gonna build all three of those kicks, okay? So the first one was your push kick, boom. And then we're gonna follow through by switching the angle of the pad for his right kick to the body. And then right away, I'll switch sides where he's gonna kick me with his left kick, okay? So once again, slow, we'll break it down. We'll put three kicks together. So the lead teep into the right body kick, step back into your stance. I'll switch my pads and expect the left kick, okay? Let's connect it all together now. And one more. And that is a quick combination you can use using your Muay Thai kicks. All right, now, before we end the video, I want to show you guys a very simple drill to work your kicking conditioning, right? So in Muay Thai, we want to work our conditioning, our endurance, and all those as many exercises you can use. A very simple way, if you're on the training floor, is to use your kicks, okay? So what we'll do is we'll burn out our conditioning using double kicks. So Alex is going to start first with the double kick of his right leg. Bum, bum. Notice how he just skips and hops right back into his double kick, okay? Once again, bum, bum, okay? So you want to develop that rhythmic fashion of just bouncing right back into your kick. Once again, bum, bum, okay? And now if we go to the left side, it'll be the same thing. Once he bounces, he starts his first kick, steps to the ground and reloads that kick right away. Bam, bam. Okay, always driving with your hip. Again, bam, bam. Very good. Last time. Bam, bam. And then we'll build the speed and of course the power with this, and we might go for the entire duration of a full round using conditioning. Let's say, for example, if we're working 5 or 6 rounds of Thai pads, maybe on the last round, we might end the last minute full blast, double kicking, nonstop, and that's really, really gonna work that endurance in your kicking prowess. So there you have it, guys. Basic tutorial on how to kick in Muay Thai. Guys, hope you enjoyed this content. Leave us a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe, and we will see you
in the next video.
Take care.